Good evening. I'm YAMO, and this is History Watch. Tonight, we are covering the biggest corporate hostile takeover in human history. But here is the twist. Not a single shot was fired, not a single law was broken, and the victims of the takeover walked away shaking hands with the people who took their empire. We are talking about the creation of the world's most valuable company, Saudi Aramco. To understand the magnitude of this story, we have to go back to 1933. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is young, poor, and desperate for water. They sign a concession agreement with Standard Oil of California. The deal is simple. The Americans put up the money and the technology to look for oil. If they find it, they essentially own it. And find didn't say sign it did this like CD saying A6. They did. They found the Ghawar field, the single largest oil field on the planet. For decades, 4 American companies, known as the Aramco partners, controlled this wealth. They were part of the Seven Sisters, a cartel of Western oil giants that dictated the price of energy to the entire world. The Saudis received a royalty check, but they had zero control over production or pricing. Fast forward to the early 1970s. The mood in the Middle East is furious. Nationalism is sweeping the region. Our correspondents in Libya and Iraq are reporting that governments there are choosing the hard way. They are nationalizing oil fields by force, seizing American and British assets, kicking out the engineers, and burning bridges with the West. It is chaotic, and it is dangerous. But in Riyadh, the Saudis choose a different path. They choose the long game. The mastermind behind this strategy is the legendary oil minister, Ahmed Zaki Yamani. He knows that if he kicks the Americans out by force, the Americans will take their technology, their shipping fleets, and their markets with them. Saudi Arabia has the oil, but they don't yet know how to run the pumps. So Yamani proposes a radical concept: participation. It works like a slow-motion constrictor snake. In 1973, utilizing the leverage of the global oil crisis, the Saudi government negotiates to buy a 25% stake in the company. They don't seize it, they pay for it. The Americans, terrified of losing everything like they did in Libya, agree. The next year, 1974, the Saudis come back to the table. We want more. The stake rises to 60%. Finally, we arrive at the breaking news of 1980. The announcement is made. The Saudi government pays a final settlement to the American partners. The ownership dial hits 100%. The Arabian American Oil Company is now just the Saudi Arabian Oil Company. Why does this matter? Because of how they did it. By buying the company legally instead of stealing it, the Saudis kept the American engine employing people. They kept the supply chains running. They learned the trade secrets from the inside. It was a transfer of wealth so smooth that the global markets didn't crash. They just adjusted to a new master. Today, that company, Saudi Aramco, is often cited as the most profitable business entity in history, eclipsing Apple and Google combined in pure profit during boom years. It is the engine that built the skyscrapers of Riyadh, the ports of Jeddah, and the influence of the modern kingdom. It was the deal of the century. The West provided the drill bits, but in the end, Saudi Arabia kept the checkbook. I'm YAMO. Good night.